Hi everybody, today we're going to learn how to draw from a worm's view or looking up. It's not looking straight up, but we're going to be looking up. So we're going to be drawing the Empire State Building. And this is a pretty, like it's stacked like a cake kind of. So the first thing we'll do is start with the bottom layer. So I'm going to just create a line here to differentiate between my definition and my drawing. So the first area, I'm going to create a rectangle, and this is going to have 4 layers, and each layer, this will be like a medium, this one will be the longest, and we'll have 2 more. So you want to make sure you have enough space. So I'll go ahead and start here about 1/3 of the way up the page. So it's like 1, 2, 3. So we'll do 1/3 here. A freehand, a horizontal line across, and then about halfway, let's see, 2/3 up, I'm going to draw the next layer. I'm just going to put a line here so I have a reference, and then we'll need 2 more here and here-ish. So this one, I'll go ahead and draw a line there. And it's going to come towards us. So that means that these lines are going to be at an angle to make it look massive. At first, this is going to look like a stepped pyramid. Okay. The next one will again be not quite as high as I thought. It's going to be a little about here. Actually, it can't be that tall. It'll be narrower, but it will still come out. 1, 2. Clean up that line. So the dots were just little guides. They can always be adjusted and changed. That's why it's nice to just do a small dot. And this next one will be the smallest level because it's farthest, even though it may not actually be smaller, it's just going to appear smaller because we're looking up at it. Okay, so what we want to start to do is to add some features and details. So the main thing is right here in the center, there's a curve, and this creates a nice detail, but it's like takes up about 1/3 of the space. So I want to make it middle in this area. I don't want it to be too big, so I'm just going to make the archway. Erase that area. That dot's ugly, so we'll erase that dot. And it's about in the middle. So everything's not going to need to be super perfect. This is not a perspective drawing. This is really just like using your eyes to draw it, and you just do your best. And it doesn't have to be as precise as a perspective line drawing. This is going to go straight down from here. And over, and then I want that to be a continuation. That. And there's some columns. So the columns will come into the center here. And here, I'm just staggering it so that you can tell the difference between the border edge and then the column. And then we'll have the tops of the columns, and they'll just be simplified from what they really are, because this is a small drawing. Just some circles and some zigzags, or oval shapes actually, and some zigzags. These ones will have nice thin lines, so a sharp pencil is very helpful. But if you don't have a sharp pencil, just do your best, it's okay. Mechanical pencil is also helpful, but if you don't have that, it's okay too. So I like drawing with pencil. It's really, anybody can. You don't need specific materials, you just need a pencil, and most people have a pencil, or if you don't have a pencil, you can use a pen. I'm going to create a stylized door. This is going to drop down and down, so it recesses into space, so it's a diagonal line. And then here as well. I also like to draw small because it doesn't take all that much time. It's a really good way to practice. This door is split into 3 areas. So 3 this way and this way. So I'm not exactly sure where the door actually opens. There's X's. And then this area. So a lot of drawing is just simplifying forms to the shapes that we see and then putting them all together, and it just creates these illusions. Shading here so it pulls the space back a bit. 2 windows. Add a little more detail in the second. Empire State. And sometimes you lose your eyes next to the letter next to it, so I'm going to fix that. And then this one got a little bit wonky here with the T's, just because I had to turn my hand. So again, if you need to, just turn your paper for a better result. You don't have to make your hand do impossible feats. Just turn a paper that's movable anyway. It doesn't have to be perfect. So then we have this. And then adding a few details to the windows to help it look a little more interesting. I'm just gonna add some shading just so they're not so linear line drawing-ish. Okay. I don't quite like how this is XXX, so I'm gonna maybe just kind of break up the shape a little bit, even if it's not quite exactly right. So it still has that idea, but a little more interesting. I'll add a couple windows here And so to make them pretty even, I'll just do a dashed line. Bring this down, down. And then down, down, line it up here. These ones look like they have a sashed window where you can open them. These ones will be the pane glass windows where you cannot because they're floor level. They are seeming a bit wider as well. In between will be another column. And then it's always helpful to use diagonal lines to indicate glass. So we're looking up, we want our curved lines to be frowny faces, not smiley faces. I'm gonna add a little texture to this building. I'm gonna use a different pencil. So I'm just gonna finish section by section, that way the drawing is all the way done by the time we finish it. So I don't forget to come back. Nice clean line there. Okay, we'll just basically mirror this on the other side. So we already have this line. Add the dash line. Bring the line straight down. We'll probably, if we have to draw over or erase, that's fine. That seems a little high right here. One. Sash, pane glass. We'll get it roughly the same. It's not going to be exactly the same. We're not using a ruler. It's fine. Nobody's going to notice when it's all done. It's so many other details to look at. If you make a big mistake or a little mistake, you always have an eraser. That's why it's nice to use a pencil. And that's also why you don't have to press super duper hard when you're first laying down the lines. This window's giving me problems. And I'm just gonna move my paper. They're not exactly the same, but oh well. I will need to create some space in between though for the column. So I'm gonna erase some of this area out so that the column can go between. Here, frowny face top, lines down, down, angles. Okay. It's likely stairs or something, but I don't know. So just draw the line on the bottom, shade in this area a little bit, and leave that border area white. So usually diagonal line indicates glass. So this area up here isn't super difficult. It just takes a bit of shading. So we're going to have 5 columns, and this is where our illusions are going to come into play. So actually probably the best place to start is the middle. 1, I already did 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so this one will come, let's go ahead and do this side first, it'll be easier. So we're going to have this parallel the side of the building, that, and then come down again towards us getting slightly bigger. Same thing here, it's getting slightly bigger. So you don't want it to go straight down because then it will look weird. You want it to be at a slight, long diagonal. And this side again reflects that side. Now we need to start dropping the space back. So it's going to drop back and over, and then I've decided to shade to drop this side. And then I'll just do one at a time to make it so it's not less confusing. Switch pencils to an easier pencil to shade with. This is just a Ticonderoga golf pencil. Doesn't take up a whole lot of space, so I can use it, manipulate really easily, move it. Use like the 4 fingers on top, my thumb on the bottom to do a quick shade. That medium tone. That pulls that space back. We'll do the next one. Diagonal, horizontal, long diagonal. And it's okay to have a shaky hand. It actually makes things look interesting. If I wanted something perfect, I could do a photograph, or if I want something that shows the artist, I can have a drawing. So we don't have to have the lines exactly perfect. Okay, we're getting close to being done. We just have to do a few more little things. Here we have this little half level with a few windows. There's 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a few more of these. We'll try to fit 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, same idea with the diagonal lines. And again, shading it. We won't have to be as careful with this one. I'll go back with the other pencil. I just gotta get the top layer on here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. shade it in. I feel like the top's a little bit high. Just like that is pretty good. And then around the edge, I'm just going to shade. I'm just going to go from dark to medium to light. Blend it. So it sort of highlights it, like it's glowing. Back around, clean this up a bit. All right. So I hope you've enjoyed drawing from a worm's point of view, the Empire State Building. Keep drawing, and I hope you had a wonderful time with me today. Thanks for drawing with me. Bye.